Welcome everybody to Barely Legal. This is our first pay-per-view of this universe mode. We are live from the arena. We've got a stacked night of action, so let's not waste any time and let's get straight into it. We are kicking things off as we are about to find out who the mystery man is. The man that Paul Heyman gave a bye to in the first round of the tournament. And it is none other than the hardcore icon himself, the legendary Terry Funk. Terry Funk, the man who received that first round bye from Paul Heyman, is here. He is at Barely Legal. He is in this ECW Championship tournament, entering in at round 2, the freshest man in this tournament, as Terry Funk steps inside the ECW ring for the first time in this universe mode, as he's going around to the corner, showing the ECW fans welcome him to the arena here tonight, as he faces Tommy Dreamer. Oh, and Raven, sneak attack from behind on Dreamer. Dreamer on his way out for his matchup here. And Raven attacked him from behind, but Dreamer fighting him off, just sending Raven into those road cases. Remember, it was Dreamer defeating Raven, get here to Barely Legal. In the second round matchup, as Raven just drops him with an even flow. Dreamer is out. And he's setting him up again. He's going to go for it once again. Even flow on the concrete floor. Dreamer is out of it. As Raven, he's walking and he's heading towards the arena here. And we've seen the backstage assault just as it happened. And Raven heading out to the ring. Remember, this was supposed to be Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer defeated Raven in that first round matchup. But Raven's the one heading out to the ring after attacking Tommy backstage, dropping him on the concrete with not one but two even flow DDTs. And you gotta think Tommy Dreamer won't be able to compete tonight. So is Raven thinking he can take that spot? I'm not sure if this will be allowed, but it looks like it's happening. Raven is heading to the ring. He's making his way to ringside. And Raven was unhappy with that loss to Dreamer, and it looks like he got a bit of revenge and inserting himself into the matchup either way, even though he was defeated. And it looks like it will be Terry Funk versus Raven instead of Dreamer here. I also know Raven, he's wanting to let his voice be heard backstage, and he was very upset at the fact that someone did get a first round bye when Paul Heyman announced that last week on ECW television. Raven was making his voice heard backstage. He was complaining, he was moaning because he was eliminated. And whereas someone got the bye, he was saying, why couldn't I be the bye? What about me? What about Raven? Why did I have to earn it and someone else get the bye? Well, Raven's taking things into his own hands, and he is, well, taking someone else's spot. As we get ready here for our opening contest of Barely Legal. I'm guessing it's official. He's in the ring. And they're squaring off. Raven and Funk, after Dreamer was assaulted. And we are underway. This match is official. And you gotta believe, if Raven was to somehow get the win and advance to our main event 4-way dance, there will be a few people complaining backstage. No one more than Tommy Dreamer. And gotta believe, after those two even flows on the concrete, I have heard that Dreamer is on his way to a nearby hospital. He is no longer backstage. Like, he's been taken out completely. So he's probably going to be a non-factor in this one. As Raven duck under Terry Funk and hitting him with the kitchen sink. But Funk, you can never write out a hardcore icon, a legend. That is Terry Funk. Gotta believe he's one of the favourites, especially being that late entry, not having to compete in a first round matchup. The only person in a similar situation to Terry Funk is Steve CORINO, who we will see face off against RVD later on in round 2 action. Of course, he got a bye from the first round after New Jack was attacked by Sid, but unlike Terry Funk, he was scheduled to have a match in the first round. Also, let's just quickly, while we're witnessing our opening contest and these two are going at it on the outside, this is a round 2 championship matchup, of course. Fellow round 2 matches, as I already mentioned: CORINO versus Van Dam, Taz versus Mike Awesome, and SANDMAN versus SABU. The winner of these 4 matches will meet in tonight's main event 4-way dance as Raven pile drives Funk on the outside. And as I was saying, the winners of these 4 matches will compete in a 4-way dance to crown the ECW champion in tonight's main event. And that is not all we have. We also have a 3-way ladder match between TAJIRI, HAYABUSA and JUVENTUD Guerrera to crown the television champion, as well as a tag team tables match between the team of Two Cold Scorpio and Kid Kash taking on Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys. Stacked action tonight on Barely Legal as Funk is working over Raven on the outside. Of course, remember, Raven was not the scheduled opponent for Terry Funk. It was Tommy Dreamer, as Raven assaulted Dreamer backstage and inserted himself into this match. And now looking to wear down the Funker with that cloverleaf on the outside. These two men still going at it. Of course, Extreme Rules, no countouts, no disqualifications, but a pinfall must take place inside of the ring as Terry Funk in control once again. And just sends Raven headfirst off the apron. And now Terry Funk just squaring him up with those punches. Those big right hands of Funk and a big left drops Raven. And now Funk, of course, using his experience, knowing this match can only end inside of the ring, sending Raven back in, now just taunting him, waiting for him to get up. What has Terry Funk got planned? He's just stomping him. Now setting him up is Terry Funk. Terry, he's going for it, lifting him up. Pile driver. Raven could be out of it. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Raven kicks out. Raven kicked out of that big Terry Funk pile driver. I thought that was going to be a 3 count. I thought Terry Funk had advanced into our main event. But Raven somehow finding a way to get that shoulder up, but Terry Funk not letting up, still putting on the pressure with that clubbing blow across the back. And now is he going to go for a camel clutch, just trying to wear down Raven, trying to make him submit? Will Raven quit? Will Funk advance? Will Raven be able to find his way out? As he does, he swoops the legs in. Funk using the ropes to get back up, but Raven quickly going onto the attack, as he's looking to set him up against the ropes and using those ropes to send Terry Funk flying backwards into the ring. As Raven rolling out, is he going to look for a weapon? He's just going to stand there. Raven just rolling out to kind of regain his composure after Funk putting on a lot of pressure. Maybe picked up the candlestick, but he's seen Funk roll out, so he drops it and hits him with a punch. And even flow on the concrete, busting open the Terry Funk. He attacked Tommy Dreamer backstage, hitting him with 2 on the floor, and then took his spot in the match. And now another even flow on the concrete, this time to Terry Funk, which busted open Funk, but that just fired Funk up with those punches and the kicks of Terry Funk, trying to put Raven away. Now sends him into the barriers here at ringside, but Raven, big punch, kick to the midsection. I thought he was going to go for the even flow again, but decides to just work over the arm, but gets caught with a big punch. And another one by Funk. As Terry now sends him head first off the apron. What an opening matchup this has been. And again, this is only our first of 7 big matches. Well, 6 more to follow after this. 3 title matches. 3 more second round matchups, in the ECW Championship tournament. A lot at stake here at Barely Legal. what a show this is going to be, and what a match Terry Funk and Raven have been putting on for us all. As Raven sends Funk back into the ring, is he going to look to put away the hardcore icon? As Raven goes for the cover, 1, 2 count. It's going to take a lot more to put a man who has suffered the amount of abuse Terry Funk has. It's going to take a lot more to put him away in this one. As Raven goes for the snapmare, and again just clawing at the face, just tearing away at Terry Funk. And now, as you see it, a good shot there, the blood just rushing down the face of Terry Funk. And out Funk, he's grabbed the leg. Is he going to go for it? The spinning toe hold. The spinning toe hold. Funk had it locked in. Will Raven submit? Will Raven submit to the spinning toe hold? Has Funk been able to put him away? No, he has not. And now it's Funk going for a camel clutch out. Just trying to submit Raven. Just trying to put him away. Will Raven submit? Or will he find a way out of this? And he's found his way out, sweeping the legs of Funk. And now it's Raven back in control. But Terry blocks the body slam attempt. But Raven ducks under the clothesline. And Terry Funk just grabbing him, sidewalk slam. Sends Raven down. Does Terry Funk. And goes for the cover, does Funk. 1, 2 count. What a contest this has been. Both men throwing it all on the line to leave here, or well, to get into tonight's main event, so they can be in with a chance of leaving with the ECW Championship. As Terry Funk with another pile driver to Raven. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. Terry Funk advances to tonight's main event with that big win over Raven. Of course, Raven not his scheduled opponent, taking Tommy Dreamer's spot. And it did not work the plan for Raven as I thought it would after that even flow on the concrete floor, busting Terry Funk open. It looked like things were in Raven's hands, but someone with the experience of Terry Funk, you can never write off. And that's what happened. Terry Funk was able to turn this matchup around. As we take a look at some of the highlights, that spinning toe just working over Raven, that big side slam, which all then led to that pile driver. I'm not sure if we're going to get a replay of that, but that pile driver was enough. The second pile driver of the matchup for Terry Funk. As Terry Funk, we will see him again later on tonight in our main event matchup, but we have to see who will be joining him in that fatal four-way, that four-way dance. But we know the first man that will be in it, and we are looking at him, Terry Funk. And we continue on with the round 2 matchups as Rob Van Dam is about to take on Steve Corino. Rob Van Dam, the first man to advance from round 1 after defeating Jerry Lynn in our opening contest of ECW 1 as RVD. You see him a crowd favourite here in the ECW arena. Mr. Pay-Per-View looking to steal the show on our inaugural pay-per-view and leave here with ECW gold around his waist. And Rob looks confident as always. But he may be looking confident, but he does have a tough task ahead of him against Steve Corino here tonight. And of course, Corino advancing with a default win over New Jack. Of course, scheduled to face New Jack last week on ECW television was Corino. But as New Jack was making his way to the ring, he was attacked by Sid, which was a planned attack between Corino and Sid. New Jack was not able to compete, which meant Steve Corino got a first advanced by under circumstances that New Jack couldn't compete. As I said, this was a planned attack. As I mentioned on ECW, Corino complained that New Jack was everything that was wrong with ECW and wrong with wrestling, and he had a big surprise, and that surprise was Sid. But of course, as Paul Heyman said, as a result of that attack, no one will be at ringside, no one else will be allowed to interfere during tonight's matchups. That goes for everything, because there's such high stakes with the winners of these matches getting into the four-way for the ECW Championship. Of course, that also goes for the tag team title match and the TV title match. There will be no outside interference in them matches, as CORINO hits a big running bulldog. This is actually the first time we have seen Steve CORINO here on ECW. As I mentioned, he was scheduled to be on ECW last week, but because of that attack we didn't end up seeing him. As Van Dam sends CORINO to the outside, and CORINO, again, I spoke to him earlier today, and he says he doesn't need Sid to get past Van Dam, and he doesn't need Sid's help to win the title. But him and Sid, they are still aligned. They are the old school revolution. They are going to bring back old school, and that will start tonight with Steve CORINO becoming ECW champion. But he has a tough task, as Van Dam in control with those kicks. And yeah, as I was mentioning, CORINO looking to bring old school back to ECW, and the best way to do that is by becoming ECW champion and get rid of the likes of New Jack and of course Van Dam, a very good competitor in his own right. And so far he hasn't gone for weapons, so Steve CORINO not to complain about. And again, this is Extreme Rules matchup. Everything is legal, as Van Dam just out wrestling CORINO at the moment. As CORINO sent into the corner, Van Dam with the spear, backflip, spear, and followed it up with that big boot across the chest. And now Van Dam goes for the cover on CORINO. Could this be it? Steve CORINO able to kick out though. But Van Dam in control of this one. CORINO though with the reversal. Maybe look. Oh, he goes for a low blow. Remember, everything goes in ECW. No DQs, no countouts. Low blow. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. And you gotta say, he would have robbed it there with that low blow, but Van Dam able to kick out. Van Dam in complete control, but that low blow turning the tide in this contest, as CORINO has Van Dam right where he wants him, dropping him across the ropes. And now Steve CORINO in control of RVD, and just drops the fist right onto the fist, and again, and he's going for a third time, also connecting. And CORINO firmly in control after that low blow. And a big slam just drops Van Dam. Now CORINO, he's the one who's saying he wants to bring old school back. He wants to get rid of the garbage wrestlers like New Jack who only use weapons. But it's CORINO who went for the low blow. It's CORINO who went to grab the chair, and Van Dam able to fight him off. And I've no complaints. Everything's legal, but it's the fact that Steve CORINO being hypocrites, calling out people like New Jack, and then goes to use a weapon as well, because he cannot be RVD fair and square. As CORINO though with that backdrop. And oh, big lariat, and I think Van Dam may have smashed his head off the back of that chair, as Steve CORINO looking to set him up for that big super kick. Van Dam is in trouble. CORINO goes for a cover. 1, 2, and it's a 3 count. Steve CORINO advances to tonight's main event and joins Terry Funk in that contest. And Steve CORINO, you gotta believe he didn't break any rules, but that low blow shot, I'm not sure if we will get to see it in the replays. I'm not sure if they have it in the production area. But Steve CORINO, that low blow that he used on Van Dam was what turned the momentum of this match. As we see it here, that low blow right there on your screens, that was the moment this match changed. Van Dam firmly in control. CORINO hits that low blow, gains control, gains momentum of this matchup. As we see, Van Dam was able to fight back just a little bit, But Steve CORINO with that big lariat, which Van Damme smacked his head off the chair, looked like, followed by a super kick. Steve CORINO advancing to tonight's main event and is one step closer to bringing old school back. Is the king of old school, as he joins Terry Funk in that four-way dance. So we've already seen Steve CORINO and Terry Funk advance. Now it's time to find out who will be joining them in tonight's main event. And this is a matchup I am looking forward to. Probably the match on the card that I've been looking forward to the most. As none other than the human suplex machine Taz, as you see making his way to the ring, will square off against Mike Awesome. This will be a war. This will be a match I'm looking forward to, as Taz makes his way to the ring. And Taz, very dominant in his round 1 match up over Spike Dudley, beating him in under a minute, just locking in that Taz mission early, putting poor little Spike Dudley to sleep, and then got cut a promo backstage saying it was not personal, but just a message that Spike was another victim on his path of rage towards the ECW championship. And then he said, beat me if you can, survive if I let you to everyone else in this tournament. And if there's one man who can not only survive but beat Taz, if I was to pick one man on the ECW roster who could, it would be his opponent tonight. It would be none other than Mike Awesome. Awesome, he had a tough, very tough first round matchup the same night. Taz bet Spike Dudley, Mike Awesome in the main event of that show, ECW Week 2. He defeated Masato Tanaka, a longtime rival of Mike Awesome. Yeah, what a match that was. Tanaka and Awesome, Many Wars, that was another one. As Awesome is here tonight, just walking towards the ring, ready for battle, ready for war. The human suplex machine awaits him inside that ring. I am so excited for this matchup. I cannot wait. I know I keep saying it, but Mike Awesome and Taz, they're gonna go at it. Awesome in the ring. And we are ready. We are underway. Taz, Mike Awesome, let's ring the bell. Let's get this underway. As one of these two men will advance to the night's main event. And Awesome with a stunner. Mike Awesome just stunnered Taz early. And normally it's Taz doing the heavy lifting, throwing people around, but Mike Awesome just drops him with a powerbomb. Taz not even kicking out at 1, kicking out at 0 before the referee could even get down and start counting. Awesome sends Taz into the corner, and now just looking to throw Taz around the ring is Mike Awesome. As I said, Taz, he's known as the human suplex machine. Normally it's Taz throwing people around, and Taz is pissed off and he drops Awesome with a lariat. And I'm going to call it now. Whoever wins this match is my favourite to win in tonight's main event. It's hard to bet against Taz. It's hard to bet against Mike Awesome. But only one of them can advance. And as Taz lariat it out to the outside by Mike Awesome. And as I was saying, it's hard to bet against either of these men. But only one can advance. And whichever one does, in my book, has to be the favourite for tonight's main event. As Mike Awesome just in control of Taz, just trading chops on the outside, and Taz with a lariat drops Awesome. And now sending Mike Awesome back into the ring is Taz, as Taz looking to follow. And you gotta wonder, the height advantage is with Mike Awesome. He's one of the bigger superstars here on ECW. Will Taz be able to reach, as he's just going to work with those punches? Will Taz be able to lock in that Taz mission, the cat that had Jermaine? Will he be able to lock it in when that time calls for it? But maybe he doesn't need that. Maybe he can use this triangle type submission. He has Awesome right where he wants him. But Awesome able to power out of it. Now Mike Awesome sends Taz into the ropes, just launching him backwards. Using the ropes to his advantage as Mike Awesome rolls out to the outside. What has he gone for? He's brought out a ladder. Of course, ladders are on the ring because we will have a ladder match later on tonight. But Awesome and Taz don't care. Oh, big suplex by the human suplex machine, and Awesome almost landed on that ladder. Covered by Taz, only a 1 count. It's gonna take a lot more to put a warrior, a beast like Mike Awesome away, and Awesome is pissed off after that kick, and he's just gonna lift Taz up with that choke slam bomb, the choke bomb by Awesome, and now he's just showing off. As just dropping Taz with those lariats is Mike Awesome into the corner, and a big splash. He comes back out, and a big crossbody by Awesome, and now he has the ladder in his hands and just gonna use it on Taz. Of course, ECW, no countouts, no disqualifications. And a big suplex by Taz, just stacking Awesome on his neck. That's why they call him the human suplex machine. But again, Awesome just using his size, his strength advantage to power out, sending Taz into the corner. What has he got planned here? I do not like the look of this. What is Mike Awesome doing? Dragging Taz up. Is he gonna go for an Awesome bomb off the top rope? Top rope power bomb. Mike Awesome just power bombing Taz from the top rope. That has to be it. Surely there's no way Taz kicks out. 1, 2 count only. How has Taz kicked out of that top rope powerbomb? That awesome bomb from the top rope. And now just Taz, Kane in control. Just trying to wear down Awesome with those kicks. And now just punching him. Just trying to knock him out. Now going to grab a leg, but Awesome able to escape out of it. Has Taz where he wants him. And now just working the arm was Mike Awesome. Sends Taz to the outside. Is Awesome going to follow him out? Yes, he is. What has Awesome got planned? He's gone under the ring. Will he find what he's looking for? No. Decides there's nothing there that he fancies. Instead going straight after Taz. Or maybe he did see something, but he just seen Taz was getting back to his feet. Awesome going back under the ring for a sledgehammer. And just using it to go to work across the rib section of Taz. And he drops it. And that was a bad decision because he dropped the sledgehammer and got tossed with belly to belly by the human suplex machine. Now Taz just sending him across to the other side of our ringside area. Remember, here in the ECW arena, concrete floors. There's no padding out here on this floor. And just sending him into the corner post. And a big punch. And he's got it locked in. The Taz mission locked in, but he's on the outside. He's on the floor. You cannot win it out there. He has to put him back in the ring, but he has the Taz mission locked in. And he's wearing an Awesome's tapping. Awesome tapped. But again, you cannot win out on the outside. You got to put him in the ring. And Awesome, it looked like Awesome was tapping there. Maybe that's Taz just sending a message to Mike Awesome. Maybe that's Taz just saying, look, I have you tapping. I can beat you. I know I can beat you. But I want to punish you. I don't want to let you survive. But maybe that could cost Taz as Mike Awesome just throws that ladder out closer to where Taz is. And you know, maybe he should have waited. Maybe he should have locked it in inside the ring, because maybe that was his chance. But it does send a message. Taz knows he can put him away with that transmission. He already had him tapping, and now he has him busted open after sending him into the ring post. And he's dropping him with that lariat. And Taz looking comfortable, just kicking at Mike Awesome. He looks in control, but you can never write off Mike Awesome. As I mentioned, he fights back and drops him with a lariat. And now going to work with the sledgehammer on. Now he drops it after using it. He's done with it. Went for a suplex, but you cannot suplex the human suplex machine with ease, as Taz fighting back, but dropped with that lariat. And Awesome has him up. Just dropping him down on the floor. I think Taz may have caught the corner of that ladder as well as he came down. And Taz looks like he could be out of it. Awesome just needs to send him back into the ring. I spoke too soon, as Taz fights back, catches the boot, drops the lariat. And now once again, Taz's mission locked in on the floor. But once again, as I said, has to take place in the ring, inside the ring. And again, Awesome, it looks like he's tapping. But once again, the match can't end on the floor. Maybe it's Taz just trying to wear down, trying to just work over Mike Awesome. So once he does lock it in inside of the ring, he is able to put him away for the victory. But once again, maybe it could come back to bite Taz, because Awesome goes for the cover. 1, 2, Taz gets the shoulder up. Awesome, boot to the midsection. Is he going to go for the pump handle? He is, but he's just going to toss him. Again, goes for the cover, does Mike Awesome. 1, 2, Taz just rolling the shoulder up. Barely getting the shoulder up off the canvas. Now Awesome can't believe it, and now he's going to look to put him away. He's got that double underhook. That double underhook just thrown Taz with that butterfly. Taz fighting back with that big uppercut. Taz now misses the lariat though. Awesome with that back kick, but Taz got the knee up and dropped him with a lariat. And just working over Mike Awesome is Taz. And Taz goes for a cover. 1, 2, 2 count only, says our referee. And now Taz just working over Awesome with those elbows. Just going to work on Mike Awesome is Taz. And now Mike Awesome, what has he got planned here? He's going for something under the ring. It's a steel chair. Bringing the chair in is Awesome. But Taz catches it. And just big suplex. Again, just dropping Mike Awesome onto his head. And now that last chancery locked in. The chancery locked in by Taz. That bridge. And he taps. Mike Awesome taps. Taz victorious, advancing to the main event. Giants, Steve Corino and Terry Funk. Mike Awesome has been defeated. As we see, look, yes, he did tap on that transmission on the outside, but again, cannot win on the outside. You have to win it in the ring. And it didn't matter for Taz. He didn't even need the transmission. As we see, the second time Taz had Mike Awesome tapping again on the outside with that transmission. But again, it worked out for Taz because he was able to wear down Mike Awesome enough with those transmissions on the floor, so he could just put him away with that chancery inside of the ring and advance to our main event. Taz, he sent a message. He said, beat me if you can, survive if I let you. Mike Awesome was not able to. And will Terry Funk, Steve Corino, or the winner of our next match between SANDMAN or SABU, will either of those be able to stop Taz? I find it hard to see, but we will find out later in our main event. We are about to find out the final man in tonight's main event as the SANDMAN takes on SABU.
Making his way to the ring from Philadelphia,
Two names synonymous with Extreme Championship Wrestling. Two big names. When you think ECW, you think of SANDMAN, you think of SABU, and one of them unfortunately will be eliminated. The other will advance to tonight's four-way dance with a chance to leave as the ECW champion. As you see, the SANDMAN, of course, making his way through the ECW arena, through the crowd as always. The cigarette smoking, beer drinking, kendo stick swinging SANDMAN. He looks ready. Of course, the SANDMAN victorious over Shane Douglas in what was a terrible night for the triple threat that night. Of course, SANDMAN, as I mentioned, beating Shane Douglas, and the team of Two Cold Scorpio and Kid Kash in their first night as a tag team defeated the triple threats Candido and Bigelow. Of course, that win gave Kash and Scorpio a shot at the tag team titles tonight in a tables match against the Dudley Boys. Again, like the World Heavyweight Championship, those titles have been vacated, are currently vacated. Same with our TV champion, who we'll also see later tonight. But before we get into those big title matches, we have one more round 2 matchup as the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal SABU makes his way to the ring. Of course, SABU victorious last Thursday on ECW television over the War Machine Rhino. Of course, no Bill Alfonso by his side tonight. Of course, as we've mentioned throughout the night, everyone barred from ringside with these high pressure, high situation type matches. Paul Heyman wants there to be no excuses, so he's banned everyone from ringside, leaving everyone to go one-on-one. SABU versus SANDMAN. This is ECW at its finest. This will be extreme. And we are underway as SABU just taking SANDMAN down straight away with that tackle and a kick and just working over him. These two men, when, as I've mentioned, when you think ECW, you think of SANDMAN, you think of SABU. And again, one will have to unfortunately be eliminated. One will advance and be in with a shot at leaving barely legal tonight as ECW champion. As SANDMAN, I told you this one will be extreme, and SANDMAN just rolling out. I thought he's going for a weapon, but it seems like he's just taking a breather. And SABU was too busy taunting, which allowed SANDMAN to roll back in and catch him with a neck breaker. And now it's SANDMAN who is taunting. When he rolled out of the ring, I thought he was going to go for a weapon, you know, SANDMAN probably bringing out a kendo stick or something. But no, he's just taking a breather, and now he's in control, working over SABU. And just that stomp across the midsection of the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal SABU. As SANDMAN with a big suplex. And so far, no one's attempted to go for a weapon. And I said this would be extreme. I said this is ECW. And surprising, I'd be surprised if it stays this way, but so far no one has went for a weapon now. This time it's SABU rolling out and catching SANDMAN off guard. And SANDMAN hits a big running bulldog on SABU. And again, SANDMAN just with that stomp. And it just going to work. Just working over the face, just pulling at the nose, the eyes was SANDMAN. And again, using the ropes. Sending SABU off the ropes is the SANDMAN, and SANDMAN gets caught with that knee to the midsection. SABU with the clothesline. And a big punch by SABU, but SANDMAN avoids it, but got caught with a follow-up. And a drop toe hold by SABU. And again, vicious punches by SABU. And SABU sends SANDMAN to the floor, following him out onto the concrete floor here in the arena. And again, just big punches by SABU, dropping, flooring SANDMAN. Again, just using the barriers to his advantage is SABU. And again, just using the steel steps. Again, anything goes, no countouts, no disqualifications. Only thing is pinfalls need to take place inside of the ring. Other than that, everything is legal. And SANDMAN, looking to bring the weapons out. I said this will get extreme, and finally it is. We've seen him on the outside, we've seen him use the steps, but now SANDMAN gets the table. And again, Sabu just sending SANDMAN into the the steel steps, And again, look, is he going to look to use the steps, or is he going to use the apron? But I don't know, because SANDMAN, right now, we'll never know the answer to that question. As SANDMAN sends Sabu back into the ring, and just choking him on that apron. Now SANDMAN, is he going to go for the table? Yes, he is. Is he going to bring it into the ring? And the table has entered the ring. And SANDMAN, I thought I was going to slam on it, but he just backbreaker. SANDMAN just dropping Sabu headfirst across the turnbuckle. Sabu fights back, hits the lariat. SANDMAN fighting back now. Leg sweep. The leg sweep by SANDMAN. Is that going to be enough to put away Sabu? Referee goes down for the count. 1, 2, 2 count. Sabu gets the shoulder up. SANDMAN cannot believe it. That leg sweep wasn't enough to put away Sabu. And now the SANDMAN setting him up for something. DDT, and I believe Sabu got busted up, and then SANDMAN not wasting any time with the cover. 3 count. SANDMAN victorious over Sabu. And the SANDMAN, the 4th and final member of tonight's main event. He joins Terry Funk, Steve Corino, and Taz. One of those 4 men will leave the ECW arena. They will leave barely legal tonight as ECW champion, and the SANDMAN with a big impressive win over Sabu. That DDT enough to put him away for the 3 count. And the SANDMAN, his night is not done yet. Unfortunately, it is for Sabu, but we'll see SANDMAN in tonight's main event as he looks to leave as the ECW champion. And this match should be a good one. This match should be insane. 3-way ladder match for the ECW Television Championship. Tajiri, Hayabusa, Juventud Guerrero. This one should be insane. It should be a spot fest. I am excited for this. As Tajiri makes his way to the ring. Tajiri, we didn't know at the time. We just 3-way dances were happening on ECW television, and we found out last week, as Paul Heyman said, these 3-way dances were eliminator matches for this ladder match. And Tajiri, he won his one over Little Guido and Super Crazy on ECW episode 2. It was a fantastic matchup, and Tajiri makes his way to the ring. The Japanese buzzsaw. He looks ready for this. He looks focused. As Tajiri is making his way into the ring now. And he looks like he's ready to kick a few people's head in with those buzzsaw kicks. As he's looking up at the championship hanging above him. But he has a tough task in front of him. Not only one, but 2 other fantastic competitors. And one of those men is the man making his way out to the ring now, Juventud Guerrero. Juvi on week 3 was victorious in a 3-way dance over Rey Mysterio Jr. and Psicosis. Juventud got the win in that one, which booked his spot. Again, we didn't find out until after all these three men had already won three-way dances what they were for. We just thought they were happening for the sake of matches that fans would like to see. But as I said, we would later find out that they were qualifier matches for this. And yeah, Juvi was able to book his spot with wins over Rey Mysterio Jr. and Psicosis. And then last week on ECW television, literally just a couple of moments before Paul Heyman revealed what this was for, Hayabusa was victorious over the Great Sasuke and Jinsei Shinzaki in a fantastic showcase of Japanese professional wrestling. As one of my favourite professional wrestlers of all time, Hayabusa makes his way out to the ring. And I am happy to see him here in this one against Juventud and Tajiri. And you gotta say, whichever man leaves here will be a great representative for the ECW Television Championship, whether it be Tajiri, whether it be Juventud, or whether it be it's that man right there, Hayabusa. It's Hayabusa just staring at the ring, just staring at what awaits him. Remember, the only way to win this match is to climb that ladder and retrieve the championship hanging above. So Hayabusa just taking his time, just staring down the camera, just controlling that center of the ring, letting everyone know he is here and he is ready to become ECW World Television Champion. Tajiri, Juvi, Hayabusa, this is what they're fighting for, the ECW, the World Television Championship. It is on the line in this match. You see the belt hanging above him. Tajiri is ready. Juvi is ready. Hayabusa is ready. I'm ready. Let's just ring this bell. Let's get it underway. As Hayabusa and Tajiri going straight at each other. Juvi just wisely standing back and rolling out. Going to grab a ladder and just let Hayabusa and Tajiri tear each other apart. And maybe Juvi is going to try and sneak it. As Tajiri just drops Hayabusa. And Juvi setting the ladder up. But Tajiri, he's knew what was going on all along. But Juvi able to gain control now over Tajiri. And now he went after Hayabusa. And Tajiri now dropping Juvi. And now it's Hayabusa going after Juvi. Has him in the corner, but Tajiri kicked Hayabusa. Hayabusa turns around, focusing on Tajiri now. Tajiri, Hayabusa switching, go behind. As Juvi looks to climb the ladder, Tajiri too busy going after Hayabusa. Hayabusa kicked, and now Juvi is trying to unhook the belt, but Tajiri able to spot him, able to see what's going on, pulling him down off that ladder. And that's the trouble with these three-way ladder matches. You can be focused on taking out one of the other men in this matchup while the other climbs up the ladder. And Juvi tried it again, and this time just got sent flying off that ladder. Juvi is down on the outside. And oh, that bridging suplex by Hayabusa. Tajiri snapping his head and his neck off that ladder that was bridged on the ropes. And Hayabusa in control of Tajiri. Juvi still out on the outside. This will be the opportunity to try taking one member out while the other's down on the floor and try and climb it. But Juvi looks to be back to his feet as Tajiri sends Hayabusa head first off that corner. And again, just going to work is Tajiri on Hayabusa, just sending him head first into the corner. But Juvi once again trying to sneakily set up that ladder and climb, but he takes out Tajiri. Oh. And now Juvi looking to climb the ladder once again. He's the only man that has made an attempt to go for it. And once again, Hayabusa just sends Juvi flying off that ladder. Hayabusa and Tajiri too busy trying to go after each other. Maybe they have a bit of a history with each other from their time in Japan, carrying it over here to ECW. Because they seem to be focused on themselves, which is allowing Juventud to set that ladder up and try go and grab it. And you gotta think, one of these times that will work. One of these times Tajiri and Hayabusa may not be able to react fast enough, which may allow Juventud to grab that championship. As Juvi looking to fly with a big splash on Tajiri, and now this may be the opportunity Juventud has been waiting for. He landed a big splash on Tajiri. He picks up the ladder. Hayabusa out on the floor, but he has gotten back to his feet. And Juve went seeing Hayabusa coming. And a big running bulldog by Juventud takes out Hayabusa. Tajiri back to his feet, but Juve sees it coming and sends him out to the outside. Smart by Juventud Guerrera. And what's he got planned here? He's going up top. And oh, he went for a leg drop, but Tajiri dropped off the apron, which caused Juventud to miss it. And now Hayabusa going straight after Tajiri, sends him out to the floor. Or Tajiri blocked it though on the apron, comes back in. Juve trying to climb up the ladder. Juve climbed the ladder. Tajiri too busy slapping and kicking Hayabusa, but Tajiri able to turn it around. And oh, Hayabusa helped him. Juventud was hanging, got caught with that electric chair. Hayabusa and Tajiri put their differences aside for a second and were able to push the ladder over, knocking Juventud, causing Juventud to hang from the championship. Then Tajiri dropped them down with the electric chair. Hayabusa down, Juventud on the outside. Tajiri looking to climb now. Tajiri, opportunity awaits Tajiri. All he has to do, try and unhook the championship. Can Tajiri get it done? Hayabusa back to his feet though, but will he have enough time to try stop Tajiri? Hayabusa climbing the ladder now. And Tajiri seen him coming, he let go of the belt. He's seen Hayabusa coming, so he let go of the belt. And now Hayabusa and Tajiri trading on top of the ladder. It's hard to see with the light in here in the ECW arena. But Tajiri and Hayabusa trading blows. And now Juventud is in. And that knocks Tajiri down. And Hayabusa trying to grab the belt, but Juventud trying to knock over the ladder. And again, Juve able to pull down Hayabusa. And now it's Tajiri on the floor, Hayabusa down. This could be a big opportunity Juventud needed. Juve, can he climb the ladder? You gotta believe the belt could be his if he's able to hook it. Juventud Guerrero, can he unhook the championship? Juve, can he get it? Can he grab the belt? Tajiri is down, Hayabusa is down. This is the opportunity Juve needed, and Juventud Guerrera unhooks the ECW Television Championship. Juve is your new ECW Television Champion. And Tajiri and Hayabusa, as you see here, Tajiri going to work on Hayabusa. So many times in this matchup, it was Tajiri and Hayabusa going at each other, and Juve able to come in and unhook the belt. And that is kind of what happened there. Juve was out on the outside. Hayabusa and Tajiri going to work with each other on the ladder. Juventud able to knock both men off the ladder, climb up it and unhook the ECW Television Championship. As you see, our new ECW Television Champion. And it is now time for our tag team title match, as the team of Too Cold Scorpio and Kid Kash, they've taken on the name Cold Kash, entering the ring. This is the second time we've seen these two men team up. They were victorious over Chris Candido and Bam Bam Bigelow of the Triple Threat a couple of weeks ago on ECW television. As you see, Kash and Scorpio entering the ring. They got that big upset win, and that impressed Paul Heyman, who put him in this tag team title tables matchup against the Dudley Boys. These two men have been impressive, but they're gone up against one of the greatest tag teams of all time, Bubba Ray and Devon. And you gotta wonder, can Kash and Scorpio pull off, in my opinion, what would be an even bigger upset than the win over Candido and Bam Bam. We've seen Bubba and Devon once before on ECW television with a victory over Men's Teo and Dick Togo of Kaientai DX. Now Bubba and Devon looking to become ECW Tag Team Champions here at Barely Legal over the upstart, well, not the upstart team, but the new team of Cold Kash, Too Cold Scorpio, Kid Kash. They've upset the odds before, but can they do it when the pressure's on, when there is gold on the line? We will find out. As Bubba and Devon, they look ready. They're staring down Scorpio and Cash. As we see the two teams ready to go to war. Tables matchup, championships on the line. As Devon gets the tables. As Bubba goes for a DDT. Remember, all you have to do to win this matchup is put your opponent through a table. And I believe tag team rules, it's not elimination. I believe all you have to do is put through one member of the team. I probably should have checked the rules before. But as we see, Kid Cash getting worked over by Devon. And now Bubba working over Scorpio. And a big shot across the back of Too Cold Scorpio. And now Scorpio fights off Bubba. And a big pump kick. Scorpio has Bubba in trouble. Sends him off the ropes on the outside though. Kid Cash working over Devon as Bubba reverses a dropkick in the ring to reverse things. Goes for a Bubba cutter. Gets pushed off by Scorpio. And I think Cash sent Devon into the apron while Bubba squashes Scorpio in the corner. And you see Kid Cash has a table. You've got to believe how things have paired off. Things kind of favour Kid Cash and Scorpio Sky, because Bubba is working over Scorpio in the ring, but there's no table. Whereas Cash was working over Devon, but now Devon reverses it. And maybe things now favour Dudley Boys in terms of momentum in this contest. Of course, tables match, you got Dudley Boys always the advantage. Very known for their use of tables. And that's why this is a big test for Colt Cash. As Devon sets that table up on the outside, Bubba brings a table of his own into it and just sends Too Cold Scorpio head first onto the table. And now it's Bubba looking to set up a table. Or just working over Too Cold Scorpio with one. As Devon just sending Kid Cash into the table, now sends him into the ring. Bubba sets the table up. Devon going out for the other table. As Bubba just working over Too Cold with those punches and the elbow. Kid Cash fights off Devon now. Cash has Devon in the corner. And just going to work is Kid Cash. And what's he got here? Swinging out into a leg drop. And again, remember, table matches, this is tornado rules, as you've already seen. Too Cold with the slam. And a big frog splash by Kid Cash. Great double team maneuver there. Too Cold Scorpio with the slam. And Cash with the splash, working together as a team. And again, almost another double team maneuver, but Scorpio missed the dropkick as now Bubba fights off Kid Cash. And but Scorpio just pump kicks Bubba. And now the Dudley Boys both sliding in at the same time. Bubba gets caught with the table by Scorpio. And Devon goes after Cash. Kid Cash sent into the corner by Devon Dudley. But Cash able to reverse. And going to work on Devon is Kid Cash. And just going to work, trying to choke him with the boot, but Devon catches it and swipes the leg. And now Too Cold Scorpio and Devon, the only two left in the ring. Cash and Bubba sent to the floor. As Devon Irish whipping Scorpio into the table and just chopping him, leaning him up against the table. Not enough to drive him through it, of course. But what has Devon got planned here? I don't know. Scorpio, Impaler. And here comes Bubba though. But Scorpio able to fight Bubba off as well. Hits the big leg lariat. And Devon with a big slam on Scorpio. Cash and Bubba going at it as well. Bubba just standing Kid Cash throat first across the rope. And Devon going after Scorpio. And Too Cold Scorpio, I believe, is busted open after that flapjack. And Too Cold sent into the table in the corner, and Devon looked to spear him through, but wasn't able to get him. And again with the chop, as Bubba goes for a neck breaker on Kid Kash on the outside. As Devon working over Too Cold Scorpio, I believe because that saving grace just plants Too Cold. Now both Dudley boys in the ring with Too Cold Scorpio, as Scorpio reverses Devon. And again just drops Devon with that jawbreaker. Bubba rolls to the outside. He was going after Kid Kash, but he mustn't have seen Too Cold was able to turn the momentum on Devon. As Kash sent him into the steps. Just one table set up in the corner, one set up in the center of the ring. No man inside of the ring though. As Kid Kash just sending Bubba Ray Dudley into those steps time after time. And now sending them into the ring as Too Cold Scorpio following them through. I believe that may have been the inexperienced team. Too Cold Scorpio and Kid Kash getting in each other's way there twice. And Kid Kash sending Bubba just into the table. Kash is trying to get Bubba in position on that table, but just wasn't able to do it. As Devon has Too Cold set up on the top rope. What has he got planned for? I don't know. Scorpio able to reverse though. And coming across with a crossbody. And Devon able to get out of the way. And Too Cold Scorpio went through that table. He wasn't put through it. Devon was able to get out of the way the crossbody. And Scorpio was just went through it as Kid Kash hit a big moonsault. The reason the match did not end even though Scorpio went through the table was he wasn't sent through the table. He went for a maneuver. Devon was able to get out of the way. And Scorpio sent himself through the table. Well, Kid Kash now could be about to send Devon through that table in the corner. Oh, just goes for the chop. But I think it'll take a lot more than a chop to put someone through a table. As Kash sends Devon to the outside. Too Cold Scorpio just enjoying himself in the center of the ring. And now he's going to follow Kash and Devon to the floor as Bubba picks up that another table, sending it into the ring. Scorpio follows him. Devon and Kash also follow him. Scorpio sends Bubba into the corner where that table is, and again goes for the chop. Can someone do something that's not a chop on the table? We will find out eventually, hopefully. Again with the chop on the table. And now Scorpio sent onto the table. And here comes Bubba. Is Bubba going to go for the chop? No, Bubba. He's going to go for a power bomb. And he power bombs Too Cold Scorpio through the table. Bubba Ray, Devon, victorious. The Dudley Boys, your ECW Tag Team Champions, victorious in this table matchup. As we take a look back at some of the highlights of this contest, as we see one of the many chops on the table, and we see another one. I hope all the highlights are just chops on the table because we've seen so many of them. We've seen one from Devon, we've seen one from Kash, and we've seen one from Scorpio. And here's another one. Oh, Chop City. But Bubba Ray and Devon, victorious. The Dudley Boys, ECW Tag Team Champions, here tonight at Barely Legal. As you see Bubba Ray and Devon with their championship gold over their heads, raised high, as Bubba Ray and Devon beat Too Cold Scorpio and Kid Kash. And it is main event time here in the ECW arena, here at Barely Legal, as we are about to crown our first ECW champion of this universe mode, as Steve CORINO makes his way to the ring victorious earlier tonight over Rob Van Dam. And that's what advanced CORINO into this main event matchup tonight. Of course, in the
CORINO.
first round he did get a bye over New Jack after he had Sid attack New Jack. And now he's found himself here, one of 4 men that could leave here with the championship in tonight's main event. And another man that stands in his way is the hardcore icon himself, Terry Funk. Of course, like CORINO, Terry Funk was given a first round bye, but not because he had someone attack someone, not because someone was had their spot taken away, but because Paul Heyman just wanted to give him one. And he defeated Raven in our opening contest tonight. He's had the most time off to recover. As you can see, he got his stitches that covering up the blood that he got cut up, or the cut that he was bleeding out of earlier. Of course, Raven, he was originally scheduled to face Dreamer. Raven attacked Dreamer and took his spot in the match, but it didn't matter because Funk was victorious. The third man in this matchup is the SANDMAN, the last man to qualify from tonight's matches. He was victorious earlier tonight over the homicidal, the suicidal, the genocidal SABU, and of course in week 3 of Universe Mode, in the round 1 matchup, he defeated the franchise Shane Douglas as the SANDMAN, making his way once again through the ECW crowd here in the arena. They are on their feet, they are ready, the SANDMAN is ready. And you gotta believe the SANDMAN, again, has a great chance, as all these men do, of leaving barely legal tonight with championship gold around his waist. But it's not going to be easy. He has 3 tough competitors standing in front of him. And the final man in this matchup is the human suplex machine himself. It's none other than Taz. Taz victorious over Mike Awesome earlier tonight, and before that he dominated Spike Dudley with a win in less than a minute to advance from round 1. And he laid out a challenge. He's got on the microphone backstage after beating Spike. He said he's carving out a path of rage straight to the ECW Championship, and the only things that stand left in front of that path of rage is the SANDMAN. It is Terry Funk. It is Steve CORINO. It won't be an easy task. But Taz, he's not afraid of anyone, and that's why he called everyone in this tournament out. That's why he called out everyone, saying, beat me if you can. Survive if I let you. Taz feels like he is the baddest, the best here in Extreme Championship Wrestling, and he's looking to prove that tonight by capturing the ECW Championship. And you gotta believe either one of these 4 leaving here tonight deserve this championship after everything they've been through, even just after going through this match. As you see, the ECW Championship being held by our referee, showing it off to the competitors: CORINO, Funk, SANDMAN, and Taz. This is gonna be a slobber knocker, elimination 4-way dance main event, and we are underway. As CORINO goes straight for the SANDMAN, and Funk sends Taz to the outside. Remember, this is elimination match, so you don't have to worry about Taz and Funk can just go ahead on the outside. They don't have to worry about CORINO or SANDMAN for now. As CORINO hits a big clothesline on the SANDMAN. As Taz just kicking away at Funk on the outside. A lot of action going on. It's going to be hard to call when you have 4 great competitors going at it at once. As Funk gets sent into the guardrail by in the ring. CORINO kicking out of a pinfall attempt by the Sandman. And a big lariat on the outside and by Taz. And focusing on the ring, CORINO turning things around on the Sandman. CORINO now taking control, drags him center of the ring. And stomping away now is Steve CORINO. Big boot. And big lariat by the Sandman. And now back on the outside, Taz throwing those big punches and kicks at Funk. And now Terry Funk sent head first off the ring apron. Now it's Sandman and CORINO on the floor, Funk and Taz in the ring. Remember, pinfalls only can take place inside of the ring. And oh, big slam by Sandman on CORINO on the outside, on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. So CORINO going under the ring looking for a weapon, but the Sandman cutting him off. Taz now goes for the cover on Terry Funk. I'm not sure what he hit before going for the cover, but whatever it wasn't enough. It was only a 1 count. It's going to take a lot to keep Terry Funk down, but you know, he has been worked over. He has been busted open already tonight. You gotta think, will those stitches be able to hold? As Taz sent to the floor by Funk. Like, since this match has started, they've kind of Steve CORINO with a low blow that helped him earlier tonight. As Terry Funk brings out a table, it was a low blow on Rob Van Dam, which turned the momentum, turned the tide in that matchup, which allowed CORINO to eventually go on to pick up the win. And he almost put away the Sandman as Terry Funk sent into the steps on the outside. And now CORINO drops a knee, and again dropping another knee, as Terry Funk sent it into the guardrail by Taz. And since this match has started off, these two have, big lariat by CORINO. These 4 men have kind of paired off. It's been Funk and Taz and CORINO and Sandman and kind of their own matches as Sandman kicks out at 2. Yeah, they've kind of paired off into their own singles matchups. It's mainly been Taz and Funk going at it, with CORINO going after Sandman inside the ring as he hit the super kick. That could be it. That's what beat Van Dam. 1, 2, 3. Sandman has been eliminated, and Steve CORINO, he used exactly what worked for him earlier tonight. The low blow, followed by the lariat, followed by the super kick. That combination, that is what he used to eliminate Rob Van Dam from that matchup earlier in the round 2. And that's what eliminated the Sandman from this matchup. So CORINO, he knows what's working for him, and he used it already as he goes for a suplex on Taz, but you cannot suplex Taz. He's the human suplex machine for a reason, and he sends CORINO over with a suplex of his own. Goes for the cover on Steve CORINO, does Taz. CORINO kicking out at a count of 2. Terry Funk now back into the ring. And now that the Sandman has been eliminated, those kind of pairings off into that one-on-one match ups. Terry Funk and Taz, they need to focus now on CORINO a bit, instead of just focusing on each other. As I don't know who was it, CORINO or Taz that connected with that, but either way, Terry Funk is down as Taz goes using some wrestling. And Terry Funk might be out. Taz, he's been down for a while. Taz going for a cover, yeah. Funk though just lying there trying to get his resilience. Now Funk rolling away from that kick from Taz, ducks the clothesline, does Terry Funk, catches him, pile driver, dropping Taz on his head, on his neck is Terry Funk. Funk cover, 1, 2, 2 count only. Taz kicks out at 2. Steve CORINO, he's looking to fly. And big elbow to Terry Funk, a standing elbow drop, and that big lariat. Steve CORINO using that lariat to perfection as he lays out Taz. Instead of going for the cover, opts to go for a weapon. And what has CORINO got planned? He brings one of those ladders out. now just going to work on Taz with that ladder. Just hits him. Now he's setting something up. Steve CORINO. Super kick misses by Taz. Taz avoids the super kick. Steve CORINO using that super kick to perfection so far tonight. And a big shot to the midsection. But yeah, that super kick, that's what he used to beat Van Damme. That's what he used to eliminate SANDMAN. Taz knew that, able to avoid it, but Terry Funk drops Taz across the ropes. And now just a spine buster, spine on the pine by Funk as CORINO wisely rolls out. Leaves Funk in the ring with Taz, goes for the cover. And Terry Funk using his experience, using that ring knowledge, feet on the rope. Taz kicks out though. Now Funk sends Taz into corner. Referee kinda got caught there. Funk with the lariat. And the referee is down. He got caught in the crossfire there. Taz now fighting back with those big right hands. And he has it locked in. The Taz mission. The Kata Hajime. The Kata Hajime. Will Funk submit? Will Terry Funk submit? And he has. Terry Funk submits to the Taz mission. The Kata Hajime. And now we're down to 2. It's CORINO. It's Taz. One of these two men will leave here tonight. ECW champion is Taz. Big boot. And it's down to these two. And Taz with those vicious punches. It's down to these two because these are the two that picked up the falls. CORINO eliminating the SANDMAN. Taz eliminating Terry Funk. So to win it, these men not only would they've had to win their round 2 matchup earlier tonight, they then have to eliminate 2 people. So of course, they've already eliminated 1 each from this matchup, and then they would have to eliminate the other, of course, to win, as CORINO connects with that big knee. So it's hard to argue that either man wouldn't deserve it, as Taz turns the momentum in this one. Now Taz just looking to throw Steve CORINO around the place, and I think CORINO landed like knee first onto that chair. Maybe trying to take out the base of Steve CORINO so he can't stand to throw that super kick. And now bridging over into that chancery is Taz. He used this to beat Mike Awesome. This is the maneuver that Mike Awesome tapped to earlier tonight. Will Steve CORINO follow suit? Yes, he will. As Taz, dominant as ever. He said, beat me if you can, survive if I let you, and nobody was able to stop Taz. As Taz leaves tonight ECW champion, as we see that low blow on the SANDMAN led to the eventual elimination from Steve CORINO. But Taz, he laid out the challenge. He said it to everyone, beat me if you can, survive if I let you. Nobody was able to do so. As we take a look back at some of the highlights here, and Taz, he lived up to that challenge. He called everyone out. He delivered on his end. And you gotta believe I don't know what's next for Taz. I don't know who's gonna step up to challenge Taz. But if anyone's looking to take the belt off the Human Suplex Machine, they have a hard task ahead of them. As we take a look at Taz, your new ECW champion. And that is all we've got time for here tonight at Barely Legal. Tune in Thursday for the fallout on ECW.